I would definitely have to give a lot of props to the Wu-Tang, man, because I was a big Wu-Tang fan, man, big Wu-Tang, just because of them being just 9 different types of minds being brought together, and it seemed like they just formed like Voltron, bro, and they was just brought that aura to a whole totally different new type of genre that was starting to come out at that time. And so who I say, Wu-Tang. I would definitely have to say, because like I said, I was really influenced by the lyrical. So definitely, just the versatility of the way that he rapped and the way his flow was just so on point. And it was just his rapping speed was just ridiculous. And Tech Nine was definitely a big influence as far as me trying to, step my whole speeding game up, of, the flow of rapping or whatnot, man. It was just ridiculous how he just was doing that. But I also will say, man, one of my biggest influence to me was not just because of their lyrical bond together, but just the way they had fun with it and could joke around with it. I would say Redman and Meth, man. When they had the Blunt Brothers, bro. Yeah. When you had the Blunt Brothers breaking out something like that, that was dope, man. It was just, you was used to seeing, 2 cats vibing, Dre and Snoop, and you had West Side Connection with the different vibes of Mac 10 and Dub C and Q. Yeah. It was just, and I had a lot of respect for them cats as well, but it was just the Blunt Brothers. Red and Meth just was 2 fucking fools with it, man. They was just, they could have you laughing and lyrically,
you can't fuck with them.
And they was just right on point with each other, bro. So I would definitely say that was one of my biggest influence as far as me trying to step my game up on as far as getting into the whole rap scene, bro.
Well, let me see what we both all said were different things in a sense, because were those our musical influences to make us want to rap? Were those influences, or were those the influences on our style? See, now everybody always says, well, I'm original. No, you're different parts of what influences you. I'm trying to see, like with me, I think I was more personally talking about like my style, like the way I rap. It came from parts of these people in a sense.
And that's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was just, you know what I mean? So I don't want to say it's like mimic and repeat, but it's kind of like it's you, but these things mold you.
Right.
Yeah. So style-wise, would your pick still be the same?
Oh no, I'm gonna say Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay, and who?
That's all. So rap fast and put some melody.
Right, Bone Thugs was hard when it came out.
Right. Nasty. So style influences. Okay, Bone Thugs. I forgot them actually, and I'm a Bone Thugs junkie. But okay, so who else? 4 more. Influences on style.
It don't matter. Is this hip hop or any type?
What influenced you? What makes Genasiya things that you listen to?
I'm definitely gonna say I gotta say Michael.
Okay.
Jackson.
Okay.
Like his music is amazing to me.
So. I like how you threw R&B in there. Okay.
Definitely gotta give it to the king of pop.
That's with the pop music, with the R&B, like I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's what helps a lot of the music I make now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And a lot of stuff in hip hop come from other music, anyways. We're taking it, sampling it, and changing it up and putting them drums on and them kicks. Make 808s and just getting it right. So, but no, I would say Michael.
Okay.
That's
3 more.
That's a good one. You got me thinking. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole.
It's a lot of dope artists out there that have been influential.
But if I would say, definitely Pac more focused on Pac. We from the West Coast. Right. So when all that stuff happened back then, even though I was a kid, I'm riding with Pac. This the West Side all day. So, yeah. But then as I got older, and I got better with my lyrics and stuff, but I wanted to develop more. I knew I needed to start studying some of the greats and who's considered great and stuff. So I started listening to Biggie, and I'm like, okay, now I see why they say, because you always hear his hits on the radio, but you gotta go back and listen to some of the other songs on the albums, and it's like, ooh.
Okay, let me ask you something. When it comes to those 2 artists, what did they give you? What were the influence that you might have taken from maybe those 2? that you brought
I
into
would
your
say
music?
is just how he would flip his style. He was able to say metaphors and similes. It was just dope how he put together, how he talked about what he was going through.
Right.
You know, but still was able to just keep that flow, but switch it up on you with the style and stuff.
Right,
so it was just, his voice just brought you in. It just drew you in with what he was saying, and it was just dope how he was flipping it. But Pac was more slower though.
Yeah.
He didn't have to, but it was that energy in his voice. You heard that rawness in that nigga voice. You hear what he
Yeah,
been through.
I think Pac's delivery was, you know, full of passion and hardship, and not taking that from anybody else. But like I said, he wasn't as lyrical. Biggie was more lyrical, and Biggie was a storyteller though. Biggie was a storyteller. Pac was a storyteller too. It's just they had their own different ways of telling the story and breaking it down with passion and with cold heartedness. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you gotta give props where props is due.
Absolutely.
And I would definitely say both of those two were very a big influence on, you know, just me getting into the whole rap and getting into me listening to it more and actually listening to the lyrics, not just the beat and just bobbing my head. And definitely, man. It was just what they were saying. It was like, okay. So I would definitely give it to him.
You used a good word when you said delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think in the game? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. One of the cats that had the best delivery to me was Daz. One, you gotta execute a hard 16 when you come in after somebody like Corrupt.
Right.
So he used to come in with that voice and would just cut.
And that was another dope duo team too. Daz and Corrupt, man. You got to give that.
What's wrong with groups these days? Rap groups, you know what I'm saying? Even R&B rap. I mean R&B groups. The groups. Where are the groups these days? You know what I mean?
Then that's why I said I give it to, you know, the Wu-Tang Clan, because I wouldn't necessarily call them a group. I call them, they was a crew.
Yeah.
They was a camp. They was a strong camp who was able to put their own vibes on a song, and they would come together and sound so dope, man. I was just, you know, everybody had their own little appeal to what they wanted to bring to the plate.
Yeah.
And but it seemed to always work. And I mean, Wu-Tang, you have to give it because they was worldwide known. Yeah. It wasn't just international. They was worldwide known. You feel me? So I definitely look at that as being, you know, something that was one of the influences because of the different characters that they brought to the table. Yeah. And I was able to look at that and like, okay, this guy has this character, this guy has this character. And like I said, it was just a good bond that I look at. And like I said, I wouldn't necessarily call them a group, but if you had to look at cats who were more than one and they were flowing as a camp, you definitely got to give it to Wu-Tang. You definitely got to give it to Bone Thugs and Harmony. You definitely got to give it to, who's the other cats who were doing it too, man. Man, the name of the on the tip of my tongue, but oh my goodness.
What about the cats from down south? What was their names?
Goody Mob. That's what I was thinking about. Goody Mob. I was thinking about Goody Mob. Outkast too. They
what was the other cats?
UA
with what was their name? I know you waiting for daddy. It won't be long, shorty. What was their name? You know what song I'm talking about?
What are you talking about?
God, I just heard him today, and I was like,
it was a lot of influence.
It was a lot of groups then. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether it be 2-man groups, duels, or if it was just a whole group.
Yeah.
Or camps. Look how many people came out of camps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a person like Timberland, he started from Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Who was doing production for Jodeci. And then he winded up getting with Timberland, and then they got the Basement, they got Missy, and all these other people that branch off. And it's it's crazy.
That's another one of my influences, but I look at that more for the producers. I was more looking at it from lyric.
Okay.
Okay. So I got this a lot. But I would say Busta Rhymes. So that's my name.
Busta Rhymes.
But
then
that's one of my
it's crazy how people do their top 5 or 10, and they fail to mention like Missy.
Missy's dope.
As if she wasn't an influence.
She was dope, man.
Her videos were crazy. You know what I mean? If there wasn't a
videos.
Missy, there may not be a Lady Gaga.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, she
definitely
was
versatile because she could sing and she could rap, bro. So she was definitely a dope artist.
But I don't hear it in a lot of people's top 10s. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, I think that's because you would have to leave that for like, well, who's your female top 10? Who's in
your
female top 5?
But see, that's the problem is why can't it just be your top 10 and then you have multi?
I mean, it
You
can,
might have
but at the
like
same time,
because a rapper is a rapper.
I feel like one has made it theory. I'm not saying they can't
Right.
get in there
Right.
and make it in my top 5.
Okay.
I need to.
But it's just been
See
so
that.
many.
Okay.
It's been so many dope artists who has just been man. I mean, there's so many dope. Not taking anything from the females though, because there's been some dope ones too. But when you look at it through history, it's been kind of they've been kind of rationed, and the industry hasn't really let them shine as much as guys. So
True.
and I think that's why a lot of people don't really mention them when they mention top 10.
Okay.
So I don't think it's nothing to knock them because
Okay.
there's some dope female artists that I think.